Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Cincy game hunting, and we're going to start this week off at a local game store. This is actually a relatively new store in town. I want to say they've been up between 4 to 6 months now. But I went in there once during my lunch break, and I was kind of looking around. Didn't have a lot of time, so I didn't really get anything that day. But the owners had told me that they have a little list where you can put yourself on, that if a certain kind of game you're looking for comes in, they can give you a call. So I marked my name down and put Wii U and Vita games down. And sure enough, I got a phone call the other day saying they got some Vita games in. So we're going to sneak in there and see what we can grab. Maybe do a little more shopping while we're in there. And you know I always do. You got to bring a bag full of trade credit. So I'm going to see what I can get for my trade credit and see what kind of games I can get. Start this week strong. What's the total about that I get for this?
It's going to be $130 store credit.
Very cool. And how much have I got my tally over here?
Let's see.
All right, we ended up picking up 3 games over at Game & Groove. Ended up getting like 130 bucks in trade credit. So all of this ended up being free. I think I ended up having about $50 left over after I bought everything. The 3 games I picked up: Super Mario Maker on the Wii U. I already have this game, but I do not have the boxed version that has the tip book inside of it, the art book inside. So I wanted to grab this because it's only $12 and get the nice complete copy of it, and I'll probably end up trading my other copy in sooner or later. But yeah, pick that up for $12. We also picked up on the Vita BlazBlue Continuum Extend or continuous shift extend. There's always some of these long names on these. BlazBlue, I always call that. Ended up being like a $22 game for the Vita. Yeah, I'm always stoked to pick up another Vita game for super cheap. And yeah, grabbed that for $22 in trade credit. Down for that. And this is the one I was most excited about. Ended up being $38, but like I said, it was in trade credit. Antigua Lost. It's an RPG game from Limited Run. And I had not played this yet. I know you can probably get it on their digital store for like $15 to $20, but to grab this up for Tron trade credit, I haven't had any Limited Run games, and I love RPGs, so picking this up for super cheap, totally down. Alright, we went into GameStop real quick. Didn't really see anything that was catching my eye. I usually only go for games in the older section of the PS3, the 360, the Wii, stuff like that. So, I went to the Wii U section. Again, nothing really that I didn't have that I needed, but I did pick up one game. You guys are gonna laugh at this. Lego Dimensions, because it was 99 cents, and I didn't have it in the Wii U collection. I'm not really a collector just for the sake of collecting, but I am, for the fun of it, just doing the Wii U collection, trying to get the whole set. And for 99 cents, this fills a hole in the collection. And there's a couple of games like this that GameStop sells for 99 cents that I'm gonna keep my eye out for, because it's a cheap way to get the filler titles for your collection on the Wii U. So if you're doing the same thing I'm doing, I want to take a look at some of those games at GameStop that are going for cheap. Alright, we went into the pawn shop real quick. Real quick backstory. I was kind of disappointed when I got in there. The guy that runs the pawn shop told me that they had a Wii U in there. It was an 8 gig Wii U. And I mainly wanted to get it because of having the gamepad. I needed to have another gamepad just in case mine never fails. And originally they had a price at $130, which is way too high. Then they brought it down to like $100. And I was like, that's still too high. I just want to, I want to get this, but I'm mainly going to use it as a backup system for myself. And he's like, dude, if it's still here next week, I'll sell it to you for $50. And I'm like, sweet, that's awesome. So the day I came in, I'm walking in the door, and he's like looking at me like, dude, it's sold like this morning. And I'm like, ah. It's all good though. We ended up picking up one game. And this game's actually going to come in handy, and I'll tell you why in a second. Left 4 Dead, as you guys remember, we bought this, I think it was like last episode, and this trades in normally for $8.80. Well, GameStop is doing a promotion this week where all their games, if you stack them, I guess, if you get 5 games together and you trade them all in at once, you get 50% bonus credit. So this would end up being like $12.80. So, yeah. picked that up for $2. Not a bad little deal. And it's coming at a perfect time because I literally just wiped out my entire trade credit card. I had like over $300, I think 320 or something like that. But GameStop had a massive restock the other day where they put a whole bunch of Wii U games and a whole bunch of PlayStation Vita games on the website. So I ended up buying like 8 or 9 games off the website, and also another big ticket item that I needed to pick up, and I'll show you guys those when they come in. I'm not sure when all it's going to come in. Hopefully I'll be able to show you this video, but yeah, I literally wiped out all of my trade credit that I had saved up. So I needed this week. I needed to have a week that I could trade in a bunch of stuff that I don't need anymore and get some bonus money. I've actually already taken a couple of groups of games in, and I've gotten a total of $220 so far, so it's already going really well, and I've got plenty more to go. I'm doing it little by little throughout the week, just because there are some times where I'm trading games in that are multiple of the same game, and you can't trade in two of the same game in the same day. And also you try to avoid trading in more than 3 or 4 games of the same time within a month, because I think they can ding you for it. But yeah, we picked up Left 4 Dead, the original Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead 2 would be worth more, but Left 4 Dead originally was about $8.80, and now we're getting like $12.80 for it. So gotta rebuild that trade credit. Alright guys, we went into Meijer real quick and we picked up one game. Now you're probably looking and wondering, didn't you pick that game up a couple of videos ago? And yes, I did. But that was the next level edition, which I'm keeping for my collection. This is the regular version. And it was only $8. And with the current trade credit bonus over at GameStop, I can get $16 in trade credit for it. So it's a double up. I'm gonna try and grab a couple more of these if I can find them around town, because nobody's really grabbing these off the shelves. This was the last one at this particular store, but yeah, I'm gonna get the most out of it I can. And this is the only sports game that was really trading for well. I mean, NHL I think was trading for 8, and I want to say that Madden was trading for 5. This was trading for 10, but with the bonuses, like I said, trades for 16 right now. So hey, I normally don't do that, but for a double up, why not? Alright, a quick trip into Target and we found another clearance deal. This game was going for $17 the other day when I was in Target, and I was like, I have a copy of it, but it's kind of bunged up, like the case is all busted up and the artwork's kind of messed up. I think I bought it at half price books, but it got down to $10. So with the trade-in deals over at GameStop, I'm gonna buy this to replace the copy that I have, and I'm gonna trade the copy that I have over to GameStop for 16 bucks. So yeah, I mean, it's all cosmetic, but I'd rather have a clean copy than a busted up old case. Just saying. All right, as you saw, we went to Meijer last night, and as you can tell, it's not dark anymore, so it's actually the next day. I didn't have a chance to do a wrap-up last night because it was too dark to really see anything, and I figured why not, we'll do it the next day, and we ended up picking up 4 games over at that Meijer, all of them for really good prices. You probably saw 2 of them in the video, and 2 of them were kind of hidden, and I had to dig for them. Luckily, the employee was really cool. He let me, like, you know, because their video game sections are really messed up. They have little tags on the wall, and I didn't want to get into it. They used to have a great selection, or a great way of viewing their video games, and they changed everything around. It's been kind of meh ever since. But this one keeps all their games on the bottom shelf, and occasionally you can find games on the bottom shelf that aren't on the tags above, and you can get them for super cheap. So yeah, you just got to do digging, and they said the employee was really awesome. He helped me out and scanned some things for me to make sure what the prices were. So as I said, I ended up picking up 4 games. One of them, first of all, saw this first, FIFA 21. You know what we're doing with this. Picked it up for $8, trading it in for 16 over at GameStop, which is, by the way, where we are right now. I'm going to be heading in there after I get done with this section of the video. But yeah, $8 into 16. Gonna do that at least 3 times, so awesome to find that. This one you probably saw on the bottom shelf of the PlayStation section. Deus Ex on the PS4. Tag says $19.99. It's scanned for $1.50. So yeah, pick that up for $1.50. I'm down with that. Haven't seen a game that cheap at Meijer in quite a while. All right, so this next one, we actually just picked up the Xbox version of it, but I despise playing football games on the Xbox. If y'all don't know, if you get used to playing with a PlayStation controller and then you see the X receiver, well, if you try to hit the X receiver on an Xbox controller, it's actually the A receiver, and interceptions, you know, happen afterward. So anyway, we picked up Madden 21, the Next Level Edition, on the PS5. Totally down to pick this up for super cheap on the PS5 for $10. Awesome. I think this is like a $30 game or so still, but there weren't too many of the PS5 versions of Madden that year. So yeah, Madden 21 for $10 on the PlayStation 5, and I will trade in my Xbox version for more than I paid for it. Not much more, but you know, I got paid $10 for it, and I'll get like $12 or $13 for it in trade. So last but not least, the coolest game of the group that I was surprised to find. I broke my $15 rule, and you'll see why in a second here. We found Pokemon Shield with the expansion pass included. I think this went for like $100 or so when it came out. I got it for 26 bucks. And they had a ton of copies of it. They had Shield and Sword. And yeah, 26 bucks for that. I think they still used go for like, I don't know, like 80 bucks or something like that. But yeah, that was pretty awesome picking that up. And I said, the guy that was scanning it for me was like, wow, when he saw it. And I'm like, Yeah. So, and so these were buried underneath with everything else. So was the PlayStation 5 Madden game. So, you gotta dig once in a while, but when you do, you never know what you're gonna find. All right, so on to GameStop. We are picking up, we grabbed a bunch of games to trade in. First of all, Andrew wanted me to trade in Omega Ruby for him because he can get $40 for this right now. The game only price charged for $30, so he's done with it, and he wants to get some new Switch games started with it. So I told him, hey, I'll throw it in a pile with my stuff, and we will trade that in. 40 bucks. Here's that Madden 21 I was talking about. I'll get like $12 or $13 for this. FIFA 21, about $16 for that. And then there's two games I just finished up. My Hero 1's Justice 2. This is one of those 3-cent games I picked up from Walmart. I think I'll get between, I'm not sure, I think $12 or $13 or $14 for this too. So, and then last but not least, we grabbed Street Outlaws, The List. I played this for a little bit. It's a fun little drag racing game. You do some other racing too, but it's a very generic game. A lot of the Game Mill games are, but it was a nice time waster for a couple nights, but like I really got bored with it pretty quick, and I love racing games, so for me to get bored with this, you know, it's not that great of a game. So yeah. Oh, we got one more thing. An Xbox 360 controller, which y'all know just started going back into stock. If you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, I've been telling people they're starting to take these in at GameStop again. $13.20 I think is what the pro price is, $12 normally, and with the bonus credit they're doing for controllers right now, I can get like $19 and change for it, so gonna do that. Anyway guys, I'll sneak into GameStop and get some trade credit. I'll show you guys at the end of the week what the final tally was of how much I've gotten in trade credit. So far in the first 2 days before this batch came in, I've already made about $220 so far. All right, just a quick trip into Salvation Army, and we found a couple of Wii games on the shelf that actually trade in really well. These are both gonna be flippers. I'm not gonna hold on to them. First of all, Wii Sports, you always know it's worth a grab. And with the current promotion at GameStop, I think it's around $21 or something like that. Maybe even 22, I don't know. But yeah, picking that up for, I believe you gave it for 99 cents because it was in the slipcover. I don't know. The other one was a surprising one. I actually didn't realize this was worth anything. For some reason, GameStop has random Just Dance games with different prices. This one is trading in normally for $11 with the Pro membership. So it'll be $16 with the promotion going on right now. So, yeah, picked that one up for $3. Altogether spent $4, and I'm gonna get somewhere in the range of $36, $37 in trade credit. Like that. All right, we made another trip into Target this week, and Reason being is when I posted on Instagram and Twitter about the Crash Bandicoot deal being going on for $10 over at Target, somebody had mentioned to me, hey, I think the Spyro trilogy is actually going for that price too, or right around that. So I'm like, all right, I'll go see if I can find a copy. And sure enough, we found Spyro. There was a sticker on it that was said to look like a clearance sticker that had been ripped off. So I figured, all right, I'll walk over and scan it. It was $11.99. And with my Target 10% discount, I got it for like $10.70. So Spyro trilogy and the Crash trilogy this week, all together for like 20 bucks. Can't beat that. Alright guys, last stop of the week, and we stepped into my local GameStop. I actually had a follower on Twitter message this deal to me, and I decided to go look for it myself. Apparently, Mud Runner American Wilds on GameStop's website is only $5. But I didn't really want to buy anything else, so I had to see if there's one in the local one around town, and my local GameStop had it in stock. For some reason on the website, it listed that none of the stores had them locally, which was not true. But the store had it for $19.99, but they will match the website price, so I got it for $5. I have the original one. I have the Snow Runner game, but I did not have this one on PS4 yet, so picking that up for $5, that's a nice way to end the week, and I appreciate the heads up on the deal. Guys, I appreciate you guys for coming out and checking out another video, and if you guys get a chance, drop a like. If you get a chance to, and you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, and we'll have a video every 2 weeks, hopefully. Sometimes more if I have a little more content to throw in, but we're pretty much sticking to that 2-week stretch every time around. But guys, until next time, keep hunting.